I heard y'all was looking for me. Here I am. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm here. Where y'all at? Come on in the building. Let's chat for a few minutes. I got time. I got an hour. Yeah. I even didn't eat breakfast this morning. I came home hungry and I was like, no, I ain't seen my little sugar wiggles. I've been missing in action. So I'm coming out here and talk to them. I don't want them to think I done left them. Because we was on the road there for a minute. Yeah, let's come on back in. Let's chat about it. I'll give y'all a few minutes to let YouTube know that I'm on here. Yes, I am. Let's check in. Y'all come on in and talk to me. Act like you know. I'll wait. Guess I'll drink something that'll kill the hunger pain. It's something about me in the mornings. I don't want breakfast early in the morning, but around 9:30 to 10 o'clock, I start getting hungry. If I pass it up like I've passed it up now, it's 11 o'clock Central Standard Time. I could really go on into this evening about 3, but I can't if I don't have anything to eat on the bus because I won't be home until at least 6:30. What's up, LaWanda? Good soon to be afternoon, Miss V. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But I didn't come out here yesterday. I was lifing yesterday. You know, I have a life. I keep telling y'all that. So I was lifing yesterday, taking care of me and my business. So I wanted to come on, but I didn't want to come on because I was tired after I got off work and then I was running around. Went to Bible study last night, so I had to drive all the way down to Texas City. Ran over 9:45 last night because I wanted a ponytail. Couldn't find the color. No, that one was closed in Texas City because they closed at 8 o'clock. So then today when I got off, I still want this ponytail. So my hair is long enough to put in a ponytail now. See, it's long. And so I was going to put my hair up in a ponytail and then attach a ponytail to it for something different. I'm tired of this. So I told you I get bored quick and I get tired of stuff quick. I'm sorry, that's just who I am. Okay. But then I got off from work today and I ran down to 9:45 in what city is that? That must be Houston. Yeah, that's probably Houston because that's off of Bay Area. So anyway, ran in there and they had a lot of ponytails, but they didn't have the color. So I was like, okay, so I toned my hair down to match this ponytail. And then the lady was like, no, that's a cute color. Most black women can't even bleach their hair up to that color. So no, don't do that. So I was like, okay, well maybe I'll make me a ponytail. And then they still didn't have the color that matched this color that's on here. But it ain't gonna last long no way because I showed her when I took off my hat how much new growth I had, about that much already coming out. So in another week or two, I'm gonna have to darken it anyway because it's not gonna look right with them dark roots and light color hair. If it was longer, I could get away with it, but by not being that long, being short still, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Hey Jean, how you doing? Hello, Miss V. Good to see you. Enjoy the rest of your day. You too, Jean. Glad you were able to make it into the chat this morning. All you little bush watchers, hit that like button and come on in. We're going to talk about something that matters this morning. Since I went to deal with my hair and hair products, why not talk about it? Everybody's got it or had it at some point. And having been in the beauty business for almost 17 years, it's a great topic for me to talk about. I might can answer some of y'all's questions that y'all might have about the hair business, okay? So I'm gonna jump on in because I don't have but 55 minutes now, and I got to go fix me something to eat or stop and go get something to eat and then get ready to go back with the kids this evening. So the main problem I'm seeing out here with hair these days, including mine, we are not taking the proper care of our hair. We're too into the weaves and the wigs, and our hair is suffering. Because if you think about the weave business, first of all, you got to straighten your hair and take care of your hair up underneath there to put the weave in. You either gonna braid it in or you're gonna glue it in. Glue, I wouldn't recommend to nobody. It has taken more hair out than the law allows. So I highly don't recommend putting glue on your scalp to put in weave. Yeah, they got a lot of products out there that claim to take it out, but you got to think about it. Some hair you're going to lose. I don't care what product you put on there. You could put straight Vaseline on there. It probably would work just as good as any product out there, but you're still going to lose some hair. In the end, you're going to lose some. Some hair is going to pull out on that weave. Turn it over and look at the weft on the weave, and you'll see. Wigs. I wigged for almost 10 years straight when I lived up on the East Coast. Lazy, didn't want to do my hair. It was too easy to go and buy one and just throw it on. And the style was always the same. Every time you put it on, you might have to pat a little bit, pull a little bit, but it's nothing to it. But the damage that you're going to get in the long run, it's not worth it. I don't care if you take care of your hair, braid it up underneath there, put a stocking cap on, it's still going to be some damage. I had a lot of damage on the edges from the stocking cap even, because I basically put the stocking cap in the same place all the time. That wasn't good for my hair. Your hair is not getting any air up underneath there. So it can't breathe. It has to have air just like you have to have air to breathe in and breathe out. So it's always covered up. Then when you take the weave off or the wig off, not the weave off, but the wig off, then you don't cover it up with somebody else's cap or night bonnet or something, a headscarf, because you don't want nobody to really see your hair. So the damage is going to be done. Take it from me. So I came back with shoulder length hair. That's what I had up underneath there. But that hair was so damaged underneath there until I knew the best thing to do would be to cut it off. So that's what I did. I would say that's been a year now. I went to Texas City High. My girlfriend, Shanetta, we used to work together. She worked in my beauty shop at my home when I had my home. And she know that I wear short hair, medium hair, long hair. I don't care. I just try to fix a style that's appropriate and fitting for me. So I said, I'm going short. When I first cut my hair down, I was 40 years old. I had worn medium hair, shoulder length to bra strap hair most of my life. So I made that choice with the help of my daughter. She said, Mom, I think you should cut your hair. It'll make you look younger. I never thought about it. I was just wearing my hair, fixing my hair. Back then when she was coming, the French roll was in style. So I was doing the French roll. I was doing the before then it was the finger waves. Whatever style was popular, I was doing it. Okay. I always loved hair. Always been into the hair business, even before I got a license to do hair. It started with my baby dolls. I used to cut them dolls' hair down and then go get my daddy's clippers that he cut the boys' hair with. And then I learned how to use the clippers on my baby doll. Baby, when I got through with them, had I known anything about weave at the time of had weave been popular, I probably would have been weaving my baby doll's hair. Never even dreaming that one day this would be an occupation of mine. It's just something I like. And the things I like, I try. And I have a lot of, like I say, diversity in my life. It's things that nobody else would want to do. I might be interested in it. I'm never going to be bored because there's always something clicking in my head, like this morning. Miss Diane and I were talking about sign language on the bus. Next thing I know, I'm in my phone Googling a sign language class. They have them out at the College of the Mainland. First ones that came up, I just put in the ones that were close to me here in my area. And then I looked at their price and they wanted $45 an hour. And I thought, that's going to get very expensive because you are not going to learn sign language in a couple of lessons. It's going to take years, it's going to take a lot of hours. So then I went to the College of the Mainland, which is a junior college down in Texas City, which has really expanded greatly. And I thought, let me look down there because they always giving some kind of class down there. And by me um, living in Galveston County, my classes will be cheap. Well, down there, you get a whole 620 hours and for $115. Well, that's much cheaper than $45 an hour. And that equals 2 semesters. Okay. And if you want to get the credit for it, I'm not interested in the degree or the credit, whatever they give you. I just want to know it now. Okay. They wouldn't let me do the bus thing. That was what I wanted to do. And the knee doctor said, no, I know you're not going to be able to do that. Your knees are bone on bone. I'm putting a new knee in this summer on the worst one, which I think is probably going to be the left one. And he was saying, all you're going to do is tear it up, and then you're going to be back in here looking for another one, but you're not going to get another one. So that last one, you're going to have to go out with it. I was like, okay, no problem. So that part of what I want to do, that's out. No driving, no buses, okay? So then I was like, wow, while I'm recuperating this summer from the knee surgery, I could go down to the College of the Mainland and take a sign language class. I think the class is only going to be an hour, probably 2 or 3 days a week. And that'll give you something to do while you're recuperating from the knee surgery. Get on your crutches and go on about your business. Okay, back to the hair business now. Okay, so like I said, this subject all came up because I just left the beauty supply. And I got an email asking me, Miss Vet, what products do you use on your hair that makes your hair grow so fast? By nature, it's in your DNA. If your hair is going to grow fast or if it's going to grow long, it's already in your DNA. I don't think it's products out there that's going to really change the length of your hair, how much it's going to grow, or what else. The texture of your hair is pretty much, it is what it is. You can put a relaxer on, which I did for years, trying to make my hair straight. When y'all saw the baby picture, I came here bald headed, probably was bald headed for about 2 years. And then when the hair finally started growing, it was naturally curled. It didn't start really getting hair until I was almost 4 years old. And then it grew into big, thick ponytails. As you age, a lot of people's hair thin. One of the reasons is the things we've done to it in our younger years: bleaching, coloring, relaxers, just not taking care of it, period. The weaves now, the wigs have always been around. They're just better quality of hair now, depending on how much money you want to pay for them. And they're not all those old thick weaves like back in the day you used to could tell. That's really a weave. Now you can even take a weave that's got too much hair in it. And I used to thin out weaves all the time in the beauty shop. Get my razor and get up underneath there and start thinning, pull the hair over, comb it, and thin it out so it'll look like your real hair. If you have a beautician, or if you are diverse in the hair business yourself, you can really make that wig look like your hair. But most people just like the wig and they flop it on, doggone well, you didn't come here with that much hair and everybody else knows it's a wig. Okay? So it's important to know the composition of hair. The hair products that I'm not now using, now that I'm not in the beauty business, are what is it called? Miracle Mink hair products. You'll find her over on Facebook. She has a channel over there where she talks about hair and the hair business all the time, and she also has her products over there. They're a little pricey, but you spend money on what you want to. I found that out in life. People prioritize their money on what they want to spend it on. If they don't choose to do their nails or their toenails, or they're not into makeup, they might be into traveling. Just plain Jane, throw on anything and get out there. So you rather spend your money on traveling than spend your money on you. Well, I'm gonna spend my money on me first, and then the rest of it is coming along. Long as my bills are paid, then the next thing is me. That's how I roll. Okay. Water, not drinking enough water, that is detrimental to your body. Period. Not just your hair, but your urine is gonna be too yellow. It's gonna be cloudy looking. It's gonna have a smell to it. You're not cleansing your body. Just like you cleanse your outer body, you got to cleanse your inner body also. If you don't have enough water, your bowels are not going to move, and they're not going to move correctly, and it might be too hard. You need water to make bowel. It's just water is just it's detrimental to life. Over 80% of your body is water. So just remember that. Your diet, if you have a very poor diet, it's going to show up in your hair, it's going to show up in your skin, and then major organs. Okay? If you sit up and you eat fatty food all the time, expect some heart problems. It's just going to happen. You may be a person that has some of this stuff by heredity. It's in your DNA already. So you need to be careful. Me, blood pressure. Both mother, father, probably grandparents. I don't know. Okay. But if they had it, it's an inherited trait. So you bound to have it. Mine, I'm a late bloomer again. Mine didn't start until I was 52 years old. And I've been on blood pressure pills ever since. Even losing the weight, I'm afraid to get off of them because my daddy had a stroke, a very, very bad stroke in his 70s. And it paralyzed one side of his body. So he was crippled from a stroke until he left out of here. My mother did great with hers, but I could see some results from it. Blood pressure pills, anything that you take chronic every day, it's going to affect your hair. Sometimes your skin will be affected by it also. In my case, the blood pressure pills have thinned out my hair. I had very thick hair. I've shown y'all my hair in my younger years, but that's just something you just gonna have to deal with it. I'm not that big on hair. Like if it all fell out, let's say, God forbid, I came down with cancer and they had to, all of it fell out. Okay, it's just gone. I go get me some big earrings, put me some lashes on, and roll on with my bald head, and it wouldn't bother me. What nobody thought or what nobody said, because my priority at that point would be living and trying to get the treatment I need to come back and be here a little while longer. Now, if it got to that point where I caught it in a fourth stage, fifth stage cancer, I probably would say, man, I ain't going through all that chemo and radiation, because I've already seen many family members go through it. It runs in my mother's side of the family. And I'm not going through all that to live. Okay. That's why I live every day. I try to be happy every day. I do what I want to every day. I don't live for nobody else because of what I've seen in my family. Okay. And once people get a grip on that, that I don't care what you say, I don't live for you, I live for me. And my life ain't your life. You go live yours, mind your business, not my business. They would understand me a little bit better. I'm gonna do what I need to do and what I need to do for me. Okay. Um, Most of the time with the hair, the first part you're gonna see fall is gonna be the thinning edges and in the top, just like a bald man. Your alopecia, that's hereditary baldness for a woman. Or a man, is gonna start up somewhere in the top of your head. And it's going to start out real small. It might be as small as this in the beginning, the pinhead, and go to this size. And it's going to eventually get bigger and bigger and bigger. There are shots out there now. If you go to the dermatologist and you catch it right in the nick of time, can slow it down. There are hair products out there. In fact, the lady that I just told you about, Miracle Mink products over on Facebook, she has products that she's developed. I don't know if she has a chemist doing it or if she's a chemist herself. But the reason why, having worked in the sciences, biology, chemistry, in my background, I always look at what the content is on the product. And if it has a pH over 8, I'm not putting it on my head. That's too strong. I might as well go get some vinegar and pour it in the hair, or some lemon juice. It'd be the same alkalinity. No different. Yeah. So watch the pH on your hair products, your shampoos, your conditioners, even your colors. Ask your stylist. If they get over 8 and they start telling you it's a 10, 11, or 12, then no, ma'am, I don't want that on my head. Okay? And then you start researching and understanding the construction or the composition of hair. Yeah, hair comes in all shapes, all colors, all textures, all lengths. It's just as diverse as people are. But you got to understand your own hair texture, your own length of hair, and how long it will grow. If it's never past the shoulder, chances of it past the shoulder is not going to happen. It's not in your DNA to happen. There's no product that's going to make it any longer than that. Some things you can do to get it to grow a little longer. Take them ragged ends off. Oh man, in those 17 years, I had clients who would come in and tell me my ends are split. And you can look at them, you can see the hair is split on the ends. You can see it yourself. Then I had other clients, they want to hold on to every little 32nd of an inch. And I'm like, all it's going to do is keep splitting up the hair shaft and fall out. And then what's left, if the whole strand doesn't fall, it's going to be thin, thin, thin. So eventually it will fall. Hair does shed, but it should not be shedding with busloads of hair and the brush and the comb. No, that's not normal. No, ma'am. No, sirs. Okay. I had a girlfriend I was talking to the other day, and she was telling me that she has this thinning hair in the middle, and it's balding, and it's been balding for a while, but she wears a boy type of haircut. But you can still see how thin that hair is in that little circle up there. And so she was telling me that the ladies that work with her told her that she had alopecia. And she told them, no, I don't have no alopecia. My mama had this, and my this had that, and my that. And I'm saying to myself, you do have alopecia. And there are different types of alopecia too. Okay. Some just thin out, but don't go bald. Okay. Others will thin to the point where the hair is completely gone, bald like this, no hair. Okay. So I didn't want to argue, because I'm not a person who like to go back and forth and argue with people and try to make my point. I'm gonna tell you one time. If you don't get it the first time, you better ask the second time. If you don't get it the second time, you need to go to somebody else who can explain it to you better than me, because you're not getting it. And I don't have patience with people like that. If you got a hearing problem and I got to tell you over again, that's different. But go get your hearing aid, because that's going to get on my nerves too, okay? I hate to repeat myself, same thing over and over. Every time I talk to you, the first thing you say is, huh? Either you didn't understand it or you can't hear. Now, figure out which one it is and go get it together, then come back and we'll talk, because that gets on my nerves. I cannot with that. Just repeating the same thing. I hate when people do me like that. I heard you the first time. I don't need you to repeat it the second time. I'm not dumb. I have pretty good understanding. and I can hear. Okay, there's no need for that. Um, Understand your own composition of hair. I know my hair better than anybody out there. I've lived with it all my life. It is naturally curly hair. That's my DNA of hair. It came from the father. I have hair much like him. His was curlier than mine. But he suffered with hereditary baldness, starting, I believe, in his 40s. And it thinned out to the point where he didn't have hair in the top. He just had the hair around the top of the ear to the bottom, curls, okay? But in his younger years, I mean, it was big locky curls would hang down. Kind of unusual for a black man in his era. But then he wasn't a totally black man either. His father was. His mother wasn't. Okay? So that made the difference in him. He was kind of a reddish color because his father was jet black. But his mother, you saw her on the baby picture of holding me in the grocery store. So you saw what color she was. Okay. So you tend to get a little bit from over here and a little bit from over there and everything in between. And I took more, my hair is more like his side of the family, but my sister has hair more like my mother's side of the family, which was thick, bone, straight. Okay. And all of the women, I put them out there on the community wall. Each and every one of them had a lot of hair, as you can see. So understanding the composition of your own hair is probably as important as brushing your teeth and washing your face daily, a couple of times a day, if necessary. Because if you don't understand it, you're going to always be looking for something that you may not can get. I damaged my hair over the years because I didn't want this curly hair. I wanted straight hair. So from 15, my mom let me put the first relaxer on there, and I want to say it wasn't but 2 out there at the time, and it was by Johnson & Johnson. What was it? Oh, y'all, I can't remember what was the first one. They used to advertise it on Soul Train all the time, and that's where that idea came in my head. And she let me do it, and I did it myself because you could only buy it over the counter. Nobody in no beauty shops were relaxing at the time I got my first relaxer. I told you, I'm always trying to be a first at something. Not, I shouldn't say trying to be, I just am. I'm just out there. I'm that futuristic thinker. So she bought it for me, and Afro Sheen. I think that was the products they were advertising on Soul Train at the time. And I put it on there. I read the directions, put my gloves on, mixed it all up and everything, put it on there, let it stay until my hair got straight. And I did that from 15 until probably 57, was when I stopped putting the relaxers on there and decided, when medical science finally told us that relaxers were not only damaging to the hair, but also a lot of people were coming down with female cancers, uterine cancer, cervical cancer from the relaxers. And then it kind of phased out because everybody started going natural. Everybody started doing braids. And it's probably, that was a big money maker when I was in the beauty shop, but it's probably not too many beauticians doing that many relaxers anymore. And now, if you're not into the natural hair and you don't know how to do that, you're probably not making a whole lot of money in a beauty shop. I would be lost in there today because I started doing the straw curls when I was letting them convert from a relaxer to natural hair. And that was that curly look that you got, and you could pick out the curls, and it looks just like the weaves they have out there now. So I got some straws. I saw it on a video out on YouTube of a lady doing it, and I started doing it in the beauty shop, and that's how it would last for at least a week or two. Then they could come back and shampoo the hair, because you got to understand that the straight hair is weaker hair than the natural hair. So that natural hair coming from the scalp, once it gets to some length on it, and then you got that weak, relaxed hair, you got to really take care of it if you're going to just let it grow all the way out without cutting the relaxed hair off, because it's going to fall right between your strong natural hair and that weak, relaxed hair. That's where it's going to break. That hair coming out your scalp, you ain't got to worry about it. So I think I've told you about everything. Let me get into these comments. One last thing. I was able to do relaxers and color and bleach on hair. And in 17 years, there ain't nobody out there will come out here on YouTube on my page and say that they lost their hair from me coloring and relaxing. You got to understand the composition of hair. You have to understand chemistry. What helped me in the beauty shop was coming out of the lab. I was heads up on a lot of beauticians out there because they didn't know chemistry. They didn't know biology. They couldn't equate it to color and relaxing and understanding the components of what that product entailed. So that was a plus for me. And it panned out to be really, really good, because I understood that you couldn't do them back to back. You had to condition the hair in order to prepare it to do color or to do bleach. I had no problems with it, one way or the other. Okay? All right, and did I tell y'all about everything I wanted to tell y'all about the hair business? Let me see what y'all are saying. And then I got a few more minutes. Okay. Some here, Miss V, I'm not a big breakfast eater either. Now, I don't want it early. I'll eat breakfast at night before I eat it early in the morning, Lawana. That's just me. I told y'all I'm different. I did not lie to y'all when I came out here and told you I am not your average, everyday, run-of-the-mill woman that you gonna meet. I am who I am, and I've always been this way, and I'm not about to change for nobody. Not now. Okay? I'm good with it. Everybody that's around me in real life is good with it. So why should I change for virtual reality and be somebody else? I can't do it. Don't want to do it. Ain't gonna do it. Luana said, that's why I grew locks. I was spending way too much getting my own hair done without weave. Never liked weaves or wigs. Best hair decision I've ever made. It is, because now you don't have to worry about it. Just keep your scalp in good condition and let the hair grow. And I bet it looks nice, Luana, because you're probably that type of person to keep your hair up. If you've been in the beauty shop before and spent that kind of money on your hair, it was a good decision. And if you like it and it's easy, you can still style it, even if it's in locks. Yeah. Hey, Misty, how you doing? Thank you for being here. I appreciate that, homie. Okay, Lawana speaking to y'all. Blue Chew is in the building. Happy Thursday, y'all. This is funny. I have Miss E that gets on the bus every morning. She only rides with us in the morning. Every day, I have to go down to the front of the bus and get her hands and take her to her seat in the back of the bus. She sits across from me. Every day when she gets on the bus, she tells me what day it is. When I saw that, that's what came to my mind was her. And so the day she got on the bus, she says, today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. Now she might get on there tomorrow and she gonna know for real, because If she gets anything wrong, she'll get on there on Monday and she might tell me today is Friday. But when Friday comes, she knows it's Friday because she doesn't have to come back to school the next day. So I just thought that was so funny when I saw Happy Thursday, because that's what she tells me sometime in the morning. Happy Thursday, Miss V. It's Friday today. And I said, how can it be Friday when you just told me it was Thursday? Girl, come on here. Let's get in this seat. She has not learned to buckle herself, so I have to buckle her because we are on a major highway in the morning. So I got to get her back there, and I have to hold her hand because she going to pop somebody coming down the aisle if I don't hold that hand, and then get her in her seat. She going to take my cap off real fast if I turn her hand loose. So I got to always push back on her so she won't take my hat off my head or the hat go flying up in the air somewhere. Baby, she a mess. But happy Thursday to you, Blue Truth. And chat. My 49ers are in the Super Bowl. What a blessing. Yes, it is. My Ravens sitting on the bench preparing for a Super Bowl party to watch your 49ers. But I guess you didn't see that little live I did about the game. Blue Truth, you better go back and catch it. I ain't gonna say nothing. Go look at it, okay? It's a couple of days ago. Probably Sunday. I think I did it. Go catch it and see what I said. Hey, China, how you doing, Miss V? I know this CBD cream that will soothe your bone on bone pain. What's the name of it, Tanya? Because I got to go until the 1st of June. So far, I'm doing good right now because the shots, I've had the shots in both knees, been about a month ago, and they'll last about 2 more months, and then I got to go get one more before I have the surgery. CBD cream. Okay. Where's my purse? I want to show y'all oh man, it's in the car. Because the one the doctor gave me, it does work. But I've never stopped to even look at the ingredients in it. It just says arthritis. For arthritis pain is what it says. Give me the name of it, Tanya. Because I sure ask him, or do I buy it over the counter? Because, baby, when it gets to hurting, it's painful. Ain't no labor pains that bad. No, they're not. Hey, Manifest, how you doing? Hope the day has been well. It has been wonderful. Kids been great. But although we've been having all these birthday parties and they've been getting all these little treats and stuff. So I think in their minds, they're trying to be good so they can get another treat. Well, they already had that treat for this week because we had a birthday party for them yesterday. So they got to wait till next week. They don't get no more parties this week. I can't be doing 2 and 3 parties. And they're going to get one birthday party for the whole month of February. I can't do all these individual parties. 2 parties last week. 1 party this week. I'm glad January is over. Okay, that's too much partying and me eating too many cupcakes. I think your diet plays a big part in healthy hair growth. It does, Tanya. It really does. If you're not getting the nutrients you need and the vitamins you need, everything in your body is going to kind of break down. Your bones, your muscles, your hair, your skin. You got to eat right. You got to and if you're not, you better be taking supplements, especially during aging. Manifest, yes, water is imperative. Yes, to cleanse your body, you got to have it. To make bile, like I said, you have to have it. Or you're going to be sitting there straining all day. Tea won't do it. It has water in it, but it doesn't have enough. Personally, I like spring water. I do not like that, purified water, because they're taking everything out of it. Give me spring water. That's all I buy. I go down to the Kroger down the street and buy my spring water. I don't want just purified water because I'm cleansing my body, but I'm taking out everything that was in there that I needed is gone. And I make sure most of the water that I get, the spring water, is coming out of Arkansas, where they have all the springs, the hot springs, the Eureka springs. If you've never been there and drink the water from the springs, it has a very good taste, no smell, because it's coming out the earth. It's natural. Yeah. Linda Bess is in the building. Hey, Linda, how you doing? Manifest protein and eating health heavy meals all day every is not required. No, it's not. Mm-mm. It weighs on your stomach. Exactly. A lot of people who are having these weight loss surgeries and stuff. We just had a lady down there who had gastric bypass, came back too soon, and I told Miss Diane on the bus, I said, she came back too soon. She had it over the Christmas holidays. We were off 3 weeks, and she was back to work in 3 weeks. You driving a bus with them air brakes. That's hard on you, on your legs, your knees, sitting in that seat all evening long, all morning long. And then you have had part of your stomach removed and you back in 3 weeks. Mm-mm. It wasn't good. One of the ladies told me this morning that she had gotten an infection, as well as, now she did lose 70 pounds in the time. She had it right after we left. And we left on a Friday. She was scheduled either that Monday or that Tuesday, and lost 70 pounds in 3 weeks. But this woman was over 400, okay, and very short, but built, little bitty waist. She was not out of proportion at all. Like some people, just big and gawky. She had, you could tell when she was small, she had a very good shape because she kept it, and she just grew larger and larger out this way. But she didn't have no great big stomach. She didn't have no hanging breasts. She didn't have no flab hanging off her arms and stuff. She had gotten to the point where she was just barely making it. She was walking so slow. But I kept asking her that first day, how you feeling? She was nauseated all day long that day. She came back the next day and we ain't seen her since. She needs to stay at home and take at least a month or two off. I'm sure she got long-term disability. Girl, go on disability and get your life together and don't worry about that stuff. Okay? And she's not that old. She's probably early 40s. She's not 45, early 40s, okay? So she does have youth on her side. Manifest, the stomach is the largest organ in our system and needs time to settle. It does. Definitely does. And I don't know no doctor who would do a surgery like that when they altering your body and let you come back that fast. I'm wondering if she came against his will, or I just don't know. Because like I say, she has not been back for me to talk to her again. It's just, women in the bus barn talking. Because I asked about her yesterday, where is she? Because I haven't seen her since last Tuesday. She's been gone. And she needs to stay at home. That's not the easiest job for you to do in your best days when everything is working. Most of those women down there are suffering with leg problems, vein problems, back problems, because they've been driving so long. Miss Diane herself been driving 26 years, and there's some people down there who started in their 20s and they're now in their 40s and their 60s, so they've been driving 40 years. I met a lady yesterday, told me she started at 22. She's 62. That's 40 years. She has her age plus her, you need to have 81. So she needs to have years of service plus age to equal 81. So she could go. She could have been gone. But she wants to work longer. Okay, power to the people. Tanya Trainer, the CBD works very well for recovery. Y'all, so do I just go, because they got a CBD store right down the street from the school, do I just go in there and ask for it? The CBD cream, Tanya? Manifest? Somebody talk to me. Tanya Trainer, amen. Our food and water choices are very important to our hair and our overall health. I couldn't have said it better, and that is very true. Blue True. Tanya is agreeing with you. She says, indeed. Manifest, that's so true. I haven't had meat since 2000. It's not all that good for you. Not these days. Because it's not being grown on farms per se, like letting the animals roam and you just feeding them. My daddy had his farm and he grew animals. His animals ate very well because he got the food from the school cafeteria and fed it to his animals. Okay. And then added in grains and stuff that they needed. So that was good meat. But now they just feeding them a bunch of food with steroids in it and make them grow up like overnight. And then that's how you got so many wings. Chicken only got two. I always say that. But they come in by the cases. Everybody's selling them. So them chickens got to grow off real fast to get them wings. That meat is not good for you. It cannot be. I have cut back on a lot of meat eating because it's just not that good. I'd rather have my vegetables that were grown out of the ground, out of the dust of the earth, same place you came from. We came from the dust of the earth, and okay, our ancestors, that's where they came from. Adam and Eve. That's our ancestors, okay. And you going back to the dust of the earth. So if you get your vegetables from the dust of the earth and you washing them and cleaning them, and that's good food. Grow them yourself and you know what's in them. We had a garden in Baltimore, in our backyard and on our side where you plant plants. I put a garden in there. I grew watermelons, I grew cantaloupes, I grew peppers, bell peppers, not squash, lettuce, Bibb lettuce, and endive lettuce. And I have all those pictures on my Facebook too. So I'm going to have to go and archive them pictures so I can start showing you some of this stuff that I'm talking about. And that was the first time I'd ever grown a garden and grew up on a farm. And I was like, dog, my daddy would be proud of me. Yes, he would. Manifest CBD is a lifesaver, says Tanya. All right, then. I'm going to get me some. That's awesome, Tanya Trainer, on eating to live. Yeah. Instead of, a lot of people eat and overeat because they're just greedy and food tastes good. Or either they're replacing food with something that's missing in their life or something that's bothering them, and they get their satisfaction out of eating. They're not really hungry. They're just eating just to be eaten. And then you end up taking in too many calories a day. You're taking over 1,200 calories a day and you're not active, you're going to gain weight. It doesn't matter if them 1,200 calories, you can drink 2 Cokes a day and you got what? Probably close to 500 calories right there. You're not allowed but 1,200 in any diet. So you have to watch that stuff. I'm very conscious of that. I want to stay the same size or smaller. I don't want that extra 20 pounds that I had picked up down there taking care of my brother, eating all that fast food on the run. I don't want to go back to that weight. I don't care what. Okay? I don't. I was in a 12, pushing a 14. I probably could have gone up there and bought a 14, but I refused to go to a 14. So now I'm back in my 10s and some 8s, and I'm cool with that, okay? That's the size I've been most of my adult life, and that's the size I want to stay. I don't want to be up there buying nothing over that size. I'm too short, for one thing. I'm only 5'5". Ain't no way. I don't want to. And I didn't feel as good as I feel now either. Good information, very detailed. Thank you, Manifest. Hey, Candy, how you doing? Tanya Trainer said, I had meatless meatballs and Brussels sprouts for breakfast. I eat differently myself. I eat whatever I want to eat. If I cooked it and I liked it the first time and I'm not eating it early enough for it to really bother me. I mean, your breakfast should be your start your kickstart for your metabolism. It doesn't matter whether you eat breakfast food or whether you eat brunch or whether you eat dinner food. For as long as you kickstart that metabolism in the morning, and if you notice, if you eat breakfast, you're gonna be hungrier faster because your metabolism has started to roll. It's still sleep. If you don't put nothing in your stomach, it's it's not going to wake up until you put something in there. By the time you put something in there, if it's afternoon, where you haven't burned off really any calories, all you doing is using some stored fat that you have, but not enough for you to see any weight loss. Mm-mm. Lawana, yes, I prefer naturals as well. Sometimes when lazy, we'll flop on a wig, but I can't tolerate these new salons that do not really care for hair, like, and they still charging you. Mm-mm. I don't do that. Mm-mm. The lady told me today, because I go in there quite frequently. It's very close to me. She say, I was telling her about this event I'm going to next month. So I've been kind of getting my stuff together. I found my pink skirt because it's pink and pearls. But I'm gonna wear pink, black, and pearls because I haven't found a top yet. I still got time that is the same color pink as the skirt. But I love the skirt and I had to have it. So I'm gonna wear pink and black to the affair with my pearls. And she was like, "Oh, this is so you." I said, put that wig back on the shelf. I done did enough damage with them wigs. I don't never want no more wig on my head. I know, gone. Leave me alone with that. I'm looking for a ponytail where I can just do a drawstring and put one pin in there and it'll hold up one pin up underneath there and I'm gone on by my business for something different, okay, until my hair grows out more. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Carla. Okay. Manifest is speaking to you, Carla. Carla speaking to everybody. Tanya Trainer, I will put my link in your Facebook Messenger. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate that, Miss Trainer. Okay, I will check out your live about the game. Yeah, because you're not gonna like it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not going with the 49ers. But go watch it and then see why. Blue Truth. It ain't got nothing to do with them. I like the 49ers. I wanted us to play the 49ers. But my team, they didn't play well enough to even get there. So, go sit down. Till next year. Go on. Watch the game with me. Uh-huh. You got to play to win. They didn't play to win. So they sitting down, okay? My 49ers made an epic comeback to win. They did. I ain't gonna lie. They did. I just don't think they can average up to beat the Chiefs. Just my opinion. Don't get mad at me. Everybody got an opinion now. But we'll see. May the best team win, Blue Truth. That's what I've always said, even with my Ravens. Okay? They weren't the better team. Nope. They left the Chiefs came out there and dominated the field in Baltimore. So they deserve what they got. Sit down. Take that L. Okay? It's my website and I sell it. Oh, okay, Tanya. Well, please send it to me so I can buy some. Anything that'll help, baby. Thank you for telling me about it. Because that knee pain will wake you up at 3 o'clock in the morning in excruciating pain. It had me on crutches one weekend because I couldn't put no weight down on it. The bone on bone, no, there's no cartilage in there, and that hurts. Okay? I will link you to it on my Facebook. Okay, please do, because I didn't know you did that. And I come over and subscribe. Hanging in there, manifest reality. Hope all is well, says Carla. Everybody speaking to you, Carla. Miss V, here is my website. Well, nothing came up but some 3 little things. Try it again, Tanya, because I don't see it. Or inbox it to me. Email it to me, Tanya, and I can go from there. Let's see. Happy Thursday from Blue Truth. I have several friends who had weight loss surgery and they was out of work 8 weeks. At least, Carla. Even with the sleeve. Miss Diana's had the sleeve and she stayed off at least 8 weeks. Yeah, that's a major surgery. Your stomach is what holds your food and digest it. And then you gonna shrink it down, and a stomach should be the size of your fist. That's what I learned in school. That your stomach, if your stomach is bigger than your fist, you've stretched it out to be bigger than that. But a stomach should be no bigger than your fist. And that's all the food it needs to hold. So if you've stretched it out to be 5 or 10 fists, you did that. You ate too much. Cut back. That's the only way you're going to get rid of it and shrink it back down. And then you got all that loose skin to deal with once the stomach is gone. Ain't no way you're going to be able to tighten up all that skin. You're going to have to go get it cut off. Yeah. But give it to the burn center or somebody, that skin. They might can use it down there. Donate it when you get it cut off. Remember, people get burned. We got a burn center down there in Galveston. When I was in the hair business and I cut hair, if it was very, very good hair, no split ends, no damaged hair, I used to send it up to MD Anderson so they can make wigs out of it. Yeah. Lots of curls is what it's called. Locks, L-O-C, I believe, not the K, just L-O-C of curls. And got their address and sent it to their beauty shop up there. I even worked in that beauty shop to give back when they were taking care of my mother up there. Went down there and learned how to tie scarves on them, just to make the people feel good about themselves. Their eyebrows are gone. The eyelashes are gone. The hair is gone. Anywhere there's hair on the body, some of that chemo is so strong it would take every hair off your body. I remember when my little cousin had breast cancer and she came into the beauty shop that day. She came in and she told me to just cut it off because it was coming out in patches. She could do this and the whole hand full of hair come out. And I'm like, no, let me just cut it down. And she was like, I told you to cut it off. It's falling out. I went to the bathroom and came back and she had done the Britney Spears with the clippers. I ain't have no choice but to take the clippers and go on and cut it all off then. Yep, but she lost all of her eyebrows and her lashes and her hair. And she didn't make it through her breast cancer. She caught it too late. She detected the lymph nodes underneath her arm had swollen. But by the time she got there, she was already in a 4-stage breast cancer when she went to get treatments. And she lasted with the cancer close to 2 years. But that last time we went up there and I was pushing her around, she told me that day, she said, I know my body and I'm not gonna make it. And I'm like, oh, Veronica, I don't want to hear that. Stop talking crazy. I'm just deep down inside, I'm not accepting that because we were very, very close. But she was right. Yep. Tanya Trainer, my home strives off of eating healthy foods. I so enjoy seeing other families eating better and exercising, says Manifest. Yeah, because we were talking about that one time before, Manifest. Okay. The issue with the surgery is not having it. It's that most are not conditioning their mental prior to having, but that don't they supposed to be going to a psychiatrist or a psychologist and also getting on a diet to show the doctor that they're able to control their eating habits? And because she lost 40 pounds before she had the surgery. And I know my little niece had the sleeve and she had to go to a psychologist as well as show them that she could control her eating habits and that she could lose weight first. Another one that she did really, really good. And she's not big as she was, but let's say she was probably a 20 when she had it. And she's probably a 16 now. She's held a 16, but she got down to about a 12. Yep. Let's see. Prior to having the procedure, so it's not doing them any good once they have it done. You got the mind. You right. It's got to be in your mind. I want this. I'm not going back through this no more. I've learned how to eat now, and enjoy the food that you're eating. And why sit up there and just stuff yourself? I've seen people stuff themselves and have to run to the bathroom and throw it up because their stomach is small. It's not the stomach you used to have. It's back the size it's supposed to be. I have an exercise website. Please share it if okay with Miss V. It is. You can put it in there if you want to manifest. Go over and get your topic, not your topic, your website, and drop it in the chat. I don't have a problem with you or Tanya dropping it in my chat. Not at all. You're supporting me over here. So I'm supporting you, okay? If I have moderators in here, they can find it. But yeah, by all means, drop it in. We need exercise and we need that CBD when we got this pain, okay? So by all means, drop it in there. We helping somebody. Right, Manifest Reality. I have another friend that's having that surgery end of the month, and they have extensive mental therapy. You got to reprogram that brain. You're not just gonna stop and run through every fast food line. You're not gonna sit up at the buffet no more, and just because there's a lot of food up there, you just gonna get your money's worth from it. I waste money on buffets. I always have. I ain't gonna never eat that $20 or whatever the buffet, $30, whatever the buffet costs. I'm never gonna eat that much food. So the only time I really will eat on a buffet is the Chinese buffet that's not far from me because I like a variety of things. But other than that, no. Mm-mm. And I don't get my money's worth then. Miss V, the meats our folks was raising on the farms is different from back in Louisiana to what is now that they're fast growing. Yeah, because they putting too many like steroids. They got to put steroids in there to make that stuff grow off fast. That's just a given. That's a known. Now, and then the food that they feed them is not the same that our family fed them back in Louisiana. Like you say, my father's food came from the cafeterias. I told you I had two aunts that were dietitians. So he got with the principal and them, and he would go up there and he'd have big barrels and they would empty the food in the barrels and he would pick it up every day. And that's what he fed his animals. So they ate good food every day. And we didn't have all this sea out there like we have now, and people were healthier then. So even if they had a cold or that animal's digestive system and stuff is not like ours. It wasn't going to affect them. You had better food. They were fed better. I'm dry, but I used to be 220. Okay. Depending on your height, you may not have even looked it. Tanya. Manifest I do on Facebook. Okay, that's about the CBD. Y'all welcome to drop it your link in. Okay. Hey Teresa, hello Miss V. Had to drop out of the bushes. I can remember hearing your name on the radio when you was in Baltimore. Not sure what you was into. That was my husband, Teresa. When he was there, he did a contract for the city of Baltimore. When Obama was in office, he dropped some money into Baltimore to put up the cameras on the street lights. And we were on TV and radio several times because of that when he finished the projects. The cameras were actually for drugs, people selling bad drugs on the street, and that heroin, which had people in a zombie position until they came off their nod. It was a 2-year contract. And when he finished it up, Stephanie Rollins Blake was the mayor there at the time. And I had my grandson, Jackson. He was the baby that we were holding on the street when we came on the news that day. And I just came up with Jackson to be there in support of him finishing his project. But it was a kind of costly. I don't remember how many $1 million they spent on putting those cameras up. But that was his project that he led and finished it within the time frame. And that's what we were on the radio for and on the TV for. I thought nobody saw that, and I never would have mentioned it had you not seen it. But yes, that was us. Okay. Getting thank you, Teresa, for dropping out the bushes. Now that you out the bushes, stay out the bushes. Okay. We don't do that up in here. We don't have to be in no bushes. We friendly over here. We like for people to come in and talk to us. It's also important to do, what is RESU? Resu. What's that, Tanya? I don't know what that is. Tell me. Carla, that is good, and your encouragement will help her because afterwards it's important not to get comfortable. Let go all sodas. They ain't good for you no way. There's too much sugar, too much caffeine, and too much calories. Okay? White rice, everything should be brown. When you truly are getting into the right proper nutrients and taking in the right amount of calories, brown bread, brown rice, brown, nothing white. Cut all that white sugar. Cut it out. All that needs to get cut out of your diet and go brown. Okay? If you're going to use sugar, use brown sugar. It takes less of it anyway than that granulated white sugar, especially hot breads. Lots and lots of water. You need to drink that 32 ounces of water. If you can get it in, drink it. 64 ounces, I don't know too many people can get 64 ounces in, but at least 32 ounces a day. Yep. Resistance training is important when we get older. I'm 61. Exactly. And that's another thing I've been trying to do is get back to exercising. Because y'all know when I first came out here, I was walking every day until the knees got bad. Now it's hard to get back into it. Once you stop something, especially for me, it's hard for me to get back into it. But I could go down there in that weight room and work on them weights. And at least be toned up for summer. Because I know I'm gonna want to be out there in a bathing suit in the water. Tanya Trainer, oh my gosh, we was the same weight. I am now 147. Oh, that's wonderful, Manifest. 220 to 147. You did that. Yes. Tanya saying, wow. Y'all need to get together. You and Tanya and Manifest, y'all need to get together and do a live over there on Facebook. And one talk about the food and one talk about the exercise. That would be a great live for Facebook. Wouldn't work over here. Wouldn't nobody want, they don't care about that. They like drama over here and talking about other people's lives. But on Facebook, that would be good content. I exercise every day, but lately a little slack, had a medical issue, so had surgery and recovery. I remember, Manifest, it's been a couple of months ago you came in and you were talking about the surgery. I believe that my 49, oh Lord, Blue Truth. And let me see. I believe that my 49ers are the underdogs. Will be a great game. Probably I would agree with that because the Chiefs have won a back-to-back Super Bowl. And because of that coach being one of the winningest coaches, 100 winning game coach, he sets the record for that. There's no other coach that has won 100 games out there with his time in professional football. Okay? Let's see. I only gained the weight due to meds, but I was determined to get it off and did. Yeah, and sometimes that can be so depressing. You gain weight. I know my little niece, after she had the cancer, Kim, she's out on my community wall. She's cancer free. And they had her on steroids, and she picked up a lot of weight. Although she kept her shape nice, but she was just bigger than you were normally seeing her. And when I saw her at my great nephew's funeral, she had lost the weight, and I was telling her, I said, "Oh, Kim, you've lost that weight." And that's when she told me she was on steroids. Yeah, but she's a surgical. What is she? She's a physician's assistant over in Shreveport at the hospital where my brother was. So I knew she was going to get it together once she stopped all those treatments she was taking for her cancer. Uh-huh. Yes, I'm there for my friend and several others. I'm having surgery myself, but not weight loss surgery. Okay, Carla, let us know. Keep in touch so we can keep you in our prayers and continue to pray for you as you recuperate. Okay. Anybody heard from what's her name? Not holistic. I know holistic is okay right now. Oh God. She came into the chat not too long ago and she told me she's been missing lives. She's sick right now. It'll come to me. I'm having brain freezes, mind lapses, and old folks stuff going on. Miss V, it's on your Facebook. Okay, you do know I'm the lady that sent you the head, right? Yes, I remember, Tanya. I remember your name. Yes, and thank you again. I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, Caller say, wow, Manifest, I have been 147 in forever. Salute to you. Yes, that's a good weight to carry. How tall are you, Manifest? Caller, if anyone desires surgery, it's okay. I just feel why take all that risk and not let it be worth the health reasons why. Yeah, and if take the risk and then you don't have that made up mind that you're going to keep it off. Because once you do the surgeries, there's certain medications you're gonna take the rest of your life. You're gonna go through hair shedding, hair thinning, hair falling, because they just cut out a big portion of your diet, and your body was used to taking in all of these minerals and vitamins from all these different kind of foods, and now you only taking a little bit of it. So they're gonna have to supplement you. It's difficult. It's a mind altering thing you got to go through. I'm telling you. Manifest my friend backside. Oh, backslid 3 sizes as mine. Oh, uh, they are going to the mental doctors. They really still just aren't in the right frame of mind. They need to stay with them. I do believe, Manifest. Just because you have the surgery, I think you should stay with that program until you get it down. And then after you get it down to the weight, that the desired weight, you still should go. At least for a while, a couple of years. I don't think too many people's minds are that strong when it comes, if they've been eating like that for years and years and years. Yeah, you can take all the shots and all this other stuff they have out there, all the diet pills. But if your mind ain't really made up, that's what you want to do. Mm-mm. And then a lot of people don't lose weight evenly. They might be bigger up top, smaller down bottom. That's funny looking. Or big down bottom and real little up top. So you got to work on that even to look right. Yeah, you lost the weight, but you still got to work on that body. Miss V, I love this post. Okay, thank you. I literally watch folks making meals saying they are on a diet, yet mixing so many carbs. That's not good. Mm-mm. Sugar and carbs, and sugar breaks down into carbs. Mm-mm. And stacking other items. I see people doing salads, and they might as well eat a steak and a potato. You put all that dressing on there. That wasn't oil and vinegar you was putting on there. All that ranch and blue cheese and all that, and then you done stacked all that other stuff in there, and all them croutons and all that stuff. You should have been saying, lettuce, tomato. Keep it simple. Okay? And the other items, no veggies, no. And they usually have plenty of vegetables up there. They have peas and beans and okra and all kind of stuff you could put in there. But then a lot of people are so picky when it comes to I don't eat that. Okay, that's you. You better learn. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Um. Oh, I deleted somebody's message. I'm sorry. Oh Lord, I don't know whose message I deleted. Oh Lord. There you go. I literally watch folks make. Okay, I read that one. Let me read this one. Caller, that procedure is successful. Okay, my doctor prescribed me an appetite suppressant, phentamine, in November. It is helping me stay focused and disciplined with my food portions, getting my 10K steps. See, you working with that drug. That's why it's working so well. And the water. Water is the key. When you're losing weight, I promise, because it keeps you in the bathroom and keeps you flushed out. 18 pounds off. Keep going. Wonderful. That's a blessing. Okay, gotcha. And thanks for explaining it. Okay, Teresa. Hey, Holistic. This is a lady y'all need to watch too. She's preparing very healthy meals out there on her channel. Y'all should go over and subscribe to Holistic Healing Savory Meals. I watch her from time to time, probably every other lie. I don't catch every one that she does, but then I try to go back and she be making some beautiful food out there too. It looked like you ought to be able to just grab you a piece of it or get a big fork of it they need to come up with that. Now I'm sick of these folks. See, they can invent everything else, but we can't taste the food these folks is cooking. Straight out of Naptown, friend, it's our birthday month. You got it. We're going to do it maybe this weekend. Let me think about it. Oh no, this ain't a good weekend. We lost another person at church, another funeral. I got to go down there and cook Saturday for the family. Friday night I'll be down there starting to prepare some of the food, and then Saturday morning at 11 is another funeral. So I'll be back in the kitchen most of the day on Saturday, back down there on Sunday again in the choir. So it's probably not a good weekend for it, but maybe the next weekend. Hopefully nobody else won't kick the bucket, okay? Okay. Tanya Trainer, oh my gosh, you did the head wrap. It's beautiful. I could not find the website directly online. I was having my niece to look on Facebook, but couldn't find a direct link. Okay. I done deleted all y'all's messages. Okay, let me get on down here. Hey, Evelyn I talk, how you doing? You're speaking to us and the moderators and the chat nap time for the children, so I can listen in on your live. Okay, I'm gonna have to get. Oh, it's 12:15, y'all. I gotta get off here because I gotta eat and then get back to work. Let me try to read a few more. Blue, I've taken phentamine before and it's really good. Okay, Carla, that's good to know. Okay. Sorry about last night, Holistic. I was overlooked at you speaking to me. I had gotten a PH call. Okay, that's from Candy. All right. Some breaking news about Biden. Y'all go see what he doing. We live here in the United States. We need to know. Yes, ma'am. I will keep you posted, Miss V. Okay, I appreciate that, Carla. No problem, Candy. Okay. All right. Great to know you have had success too from Blue True. Hey, Audrey, how you doing? And everyone in the chat, I'm going to go back from the beginning. I appreciate that, Audrey. Thank you so much. Exactly, Manifest, because I know 3 people that had that surgery, and my sister-in-law is one, and she has lost her mind. Oh my God. Holistic is speaking about that. Eating healthy is the key. I lost over 100 pounds, 230 pounds down to 125. Wow, that's a lot of weight. And you did it without the surgery, huh? Holistic. So it can be done. I'll skip one more. Manifest reality. Yes, our health is our wealth. I got a video out there while I was walking when I first came on before I was monetized. And that's the name of it. Health is wealth. Y'all, I really have enjoyed this conversation we've had. I'm not sure if I'm going to get back tonight. I'm going to try because we're getting off later now because they changed our route, added more children. And sometimes I'm just really tired. But if I'm not too tired, we'll come back tonight at my regular scheduled time at 7:30. If not, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you for coming in and chatting with me. Love you much. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe for me, please. And I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a great evening. Until then, later.